Commissioned by the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari in 2021, the Professor Wole Soyinka Train Station is indeed a sight to behold. The station is a mid-stop along the Lagos-Ibadan railway line. While many passengers have commended the comfort of taking the train, there, however, is a different and unpleasant experience that greets passengers on getting to or departing from the train station.
Just behind me over there, I'll zoom in so you can see that bridge. Now, all the way from that bridge down to where I'm standing, you can see that the road is actually tarred, making accessibility a bit easy for people making it down to the train station here. From that bridge down to here, up until where I'm going to walk to, at least where your eyes can see, is the most you will get of the tarred road.
Before we could even properly commence our journey down the bad roads, we were met by a resident of the community who couldn't wait to express his displeasure about the issue once he heard about our mission.
Most of us are farmers. We don't have an access road to either come in or transport our goods back to the city.
From the drone shots, we could see how difficult it is for vehicles and motorcycles to navigate the roads. We were able to drive up to a certain point, after which we were advised by residents to continue the rest of the journey on foot.
We've come about a kilometer away from the train station, which is like 1 kilometer away from here, and this is what the road looks like. Not tarred, completely dusty, and we're told it gets really terrible when it rains. You can imagine from what you see. Now, the sad part is that all the way down here would have been the road that would lead into the express or into town. You'll see in a short while the rooftops just down the hill of what the town looks like. Unfortunately, further down this road is completely unmotorable.
According to the residents of the community, their lives have been adversely affected by the state of these roads. Some even shared videos of what it looks like when it rains.
If not for the community, the joint community task force that they used to contribute money, this could even bikes cannot even pass anymore.
The business here is dry, and especially when the rain fall. In fact, we don't used to come out at all because it's really bad.
We heard about the train station, and then when we saw the train station was being built, and then when it was completed, we believed and thought probably the government will revisit this route and then they will help us. But this is here where we found ourselves. We are earnestly pleading with the government to please help us visit this route.
According to some of the residents who have been here for a while, there had been a disagreement between the state and the federal government as to whose responsibility it was to fix the roads around the train station. This was addressed by the Speaker of the Ogun State House of Assembly in an exclusive interview conducted earlier.
There must be access to the train station, and it must have been incorporated into the contract. But if one refused to do what is supposed to do, another should not say, okay, because they have not done it, I too will not do it. And that's why we made that appeal to the state government to please not mind who owned that road. It is in our state.
Exiting the community, we attempted to go via the shortest route as described by residents. This, however, proved challenging. Even the alternatives weren't exactly so good, but eventually they led us to the highway. The bad road in the community housing the train station is just one part of the story. Ogun State sadly is bedeviled by a number of unmotorable major roads, some in Olokuta, the state capital, while others are in various parts of the state, and on our journey back to Lagos, we ran into a few. At Wasimi, vehicles heading out of Olokuta had to make a diversion out of their own lane to face oncoming traffic at some point because of a portion of the road that has gotten so bad it has now become a pond. An unattended pothole exposing metal at the foot of a small bridge forces vehicles to slow down. Then it gets even worse further in front at the Tori market. The top layer of the road is completely gone, leaving traders and commercial motorcyclists covered in dust. They say when it rains, the dust turns to mud.
Some people that suffer for this road, they are spoiling our bike, they are spoiling our motor. Everything is no good.
If rain fall like this, everywhere will be messed up, and at the same time, if there's no rain, as dry season now, everywhere now is being dust. So nobody, both the people that they are in their shop, everywhere was being dust. We were at the roadside, that we are being trader everywhere. So nobody is being okay at all.
A few kilometers ahead is another forced diversion. Approaching the Lafarge cement factory at Ewekoro, vehicles have to again face oncoming traffic as one side of the road is really bad and has now been taken over by parked trailers.
As evening draws closer and the sun sets, we're edging closer to Lagos. This is Ifo. Now, some about 300 meters behind me, on the right side of the road, is a major ditch that's causing a lot of traffic on this side of the road. And then getting here is like the bad side of the road just keeps changing. Now it's on this side, and there's nothing happening here because this whole area is completely chopped off and washed away. Trucks like these are the only ones that you can see plying this side of the road.
One wonders how and why the roads in Ogun State were allowed to deteriorate to this level. The Honorable Speaker explains that the fault is not entirely from the state government.
You must obtain approval from the federal government. They must release it to you. Else they will say you don't do it. You cannot do it. It is our road. Magboro, Makogi, Mowe, Ibafo. Most people, especially salary earners, pay their taxes to Lagos State. Lagos was to refund us. And how much has been refunded? Are they sincere to that? Can Lagos say, okay, we received 1 billion naira on your behalf, and it is that exact 1 billion naira that we are giving you? I would just implore people to be faithful and honest to their payment of taxes, because without that, we may not be able to live up to their expectation in the area of infrastructural development.
Earlier in July, the state governor, Dapo Abiodun, acknowledged that a lot needs to be done concerning the state of road network in Ogun State. After his attention was drawn to the deplorable road networks in the state, the governor said, "I want to implore our people to be patient with us. We cannot reconstruct all the bad roads in 3 years. No administration can construct all the roads in Ogun State, not even in 8 years." As we head out of Ogun State, the thoughts of how much better the lives of the people would have been if the roads were good comes to mind. For a people who have suffered the pains of terrible roads for more than 10 years at the least, the hope is that sooner than later, proper work will commence on the roads so that development can be hastened. In Ogun State for News Central, I'm Bernard Akede.